Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I found a very interesting article from a Polish newspaper via a Russian news outlet that alleges, at least those guys in Poland allege that Poland provided Ukraine at the beginning of the war with MiG-29s. They didn't provide the fighter jets as a piece, but as parts. So they, took the wings apart, sent one part, sent another part, and they called it spare parts for the Ukrainian Army, Air Force. They didn't have they being the Poles, or anybody else, didn't have the order from the big boss, United States, to send Ukraine fighter jets, so the Poles sent them, according to this newspaper, as spare parts. And the Ukrainians obviously put them together over there and got them ready. Well, that's good. As I said, or I didn't say, I think that this occurred. I'm more inclined to believe that this kind of things occurred because that's there's secret missions and secret actions that some people are not supposed to know, or most people. In this case, let's read this little article and see what happened or allegedly happened. This article comes from Russia Today from the 26th of January 2023, which is today. NATO member secretly provided Ukraine with fighter jets, media. Poland allegedly gave Ukraine several MiG-29 planes under the guise of spare parts. In spring 2022, Warsaw secretly delivered several of its MiG-29 fighter jets to Ukraine, despite the Polish government officially denying any such deals. A local paper has claimed, citing sources. According to Dziennik Gazeta Prawna, DGP, the planes were sent over using a, and I'm quoting, combined method, apparently meaning that they were delivered in a disassembled state and declared as spare parts. I'm quoting, the fuselage and the wings are also spare parts, DGP wrote Wednesday, citing sources within the Polish government. Back in March, in the first months of Russia's military operation in Ukraine, Washington rejected the plan to transfer Polish MiG-29 jets to Ukraine, stating the move was too escalatory. So how was then too escalatory, but now is not? Remember the mountain slope model? You start slow and you end up where you wanted to end up from the very beginning. So the move was too escalatory and risked directly involving the US or a NATO ally in the conflict, potentially triggering a direct confrontation with Russia. So they don't care right now or something? No, it seems like not, because they're talking about sending F-16s and MiG-29 from Slovakia and other areas, other countries. In April, however, the Pentagon stated that unmanned US allies had helped bolster Ukraine's fleet of fighter jets by donating unspecified, and I'm quoting, spare parts, end quote, which were supposedly used to restore many of Kiev's damaged planes. The latest article by DGP, that's the newspaper, the Polish newspaper, now seems to suggest, as too many seems to allege it and all that, but hey, there's no smoke without fire. I'm going to wait for more information on this one. And as I said, I still think that happened. And what are you going to do about it? Nothing. Right now they're saying it right in front of our eyes. So who cares, right? So now seems to suggest DGP that that ally could have been Poland, which in late April was also revealed to have provided Ukraine with $7 billion worth of military aid, including half of its tanks, which the Poles stated they were about, or not about, 240 tanks, dozens of howitzers, Grad MLRS, and missiles from MiG for MiG-29 and Sukhoi 27 fighter jets, among other munitions. In recent weeks, the US seemed to have abandoned some of its prior concerns about supplying heavy weapons to Ukraine and now plans to deliver a number of its M1 Abrams, to be more precise, 31, tanks to Kiev, while Germany, Poland, and Finland intend to send dozens of their Leopard 2 tanks. Germany said it's going to send 14. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov has responded to these planned deliveries as evidence that the West is becoming more directly involved in the conflict, despite European and American politicians claiming otherwise. No. I will explain how they are involved. That's it's unbelievable, the Russians, but that's why they are more involved, because you let them be. That's as Russia has repeatedly urged the West to stop, quote unquote, pumping Ukraine with weaponry, arguing it would only prolong the conflict and lead to more bloodshed. So let me explain. Now, the West, or any country that supplies my enemy that I'm fighting, I mean, the Ukrainians at this point are the Russians' enemy and vice versa. So if someone supplies my enemy with anything that would help them in the effort to kill me, they are directly involved. Now, I would say this. If that would be the case, I would employ everything I have in my military arsenal to destroy whomever is going to move. That's what I think the United States would say if, let's say, some other countries would get involved against them like that. Switch a little bit the roles and let's put United States as being Russia, and I don't know, another country being Ukraine, and someone helps Ukraine with everything these guys help. You tell me that United States will be so mild in just saying, see, you're involved. Yes, you're involved. Shut up. Are you going to do something about it? We all know what's going on. Yeah, you keep repeating for the weasels who are below 86 IQ and don't get it. You repeat that. So maybe one day they will be like, well, that's direct involvement. Thank you very much. Good morning, Gigi. So in this case, I would consider all those guys directly involved. And I would not just label them as such. I would say, this is what happens if you send one more bullet, and I will go through with that. I mean, how? Because look what happened. You didn't do that. Now they send fighter jets. They send tanks, armored vehicles, howitzers, HIMARS, Patriot systems. They will send long-range missile systems. That's the next one. They will send fighter jets. What's missing? I tell you what's missing. Long-range missiles at this point and boots on the ground. And they will be sent over there if they're not over there under the guise of volunteers and other bullshit. They will be under another guise saying, hey, these guys, they will be like, you know what? We're just going to send some humanitarian troops over there. Or peacekeeping troops or something like that. And remember, probably NATO will say, well, this is a no-fly zone over Ukraine. They will say something and they will use euphemisms. Like, those are not our military involved over there fighting the Russians. No, those are peacekeepers. Peacekeeping forces. Humanitarian, bringing children food and toys and all that. With their, M16s around their back or something. It's just like that. And what are you going to do? The Russians again are going to say, well, they are involved. Well, they're over there. Shut up. Are you going to do anything about it? No. Then, don't even bother. You don't even bother, because you repeating that, you just show weakness. Why weakness? Because you don't do anything about it. You can't, you won't, the same thing. Your reaction is zero. So you show weakness every time you say, see, they're involved. Okay, you're weak. That's a red line. It's been passed on and off like this, Don't cross this line over here. And those guys are bang, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong, like a tennis game, On and off. And you're like, hey, he's crossing the red line. What should we do? I don't know. I think we just let everybody know about it. How about that? How weak we are. I mean, how do you want me to interpret this reaction? What would you do if you have another neighbor helping that guy, sending coordinates and pointing out where your army is, and those guys blowing your army with their weapons? How would you take that? That's exactly what happens. They give them HIMARS and the coordinates and who, where, what. How would you take that? As friendly fire or friends, or and you say they are involved. Shut up. Go and clean your room. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.